Hey everyone, it's me, Morgan.
And it's me, Zane.
We're here in the Teen Makerspace, and today we're going to be showing you guys how to make some sea sponge painting.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like just turning it a little bit so you can see the pretty shimmer and glitter on it.
I like how shiny they turned out.
Yeah, definitely. They're super cool. Alright guys, let's just dive in. Alright guys, so in this week's craft bag, you should have a canvas, some assorted paints, paper towel, some sea sponges, and a paintbrush. You'll also want maybe like a bowl for water. Our paper towels are going to be for dabbing or paint. But for now, I'm going to just like wet or like sponge a little bit in this water. Yeah. We don't want it to be like too damp. We want to try to like just make it soft and then wring the water out. No, I'm not even going to like sponge it at first. I'm just going to more of like brush this on. I'm gonna choose this blue, I think, as like a base color. Then I'm just gonna brush it like onto here. Just have like a plain background color first. And your sponges will probably be different too. We try to give you like 2 different kinds, or you might have like one big one. And if you have a big one like this, you can like cut it up into like smaller chunks. Like this was on here, but I just cut it. And if you want to change the color eventually, you just need to like dip it in the water and like wring it out, or just like run it under your sink at home. So I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. Alright, so then I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna just like fan it over here like that, just because it's not gonna take that long for the acrylic paint to dry. That's like an easy way to do that.
Well, it's pretty thin too,
yeah,
as well.
So now that I have that, I'm gonna choose my darker color down here, and I'm just dabbing a little bit onto this like plate. And if you guys have like, you can use a plate, or because if you use just like a regular plate, you can wash all of this paint off. Like it should not stain on there. Just use like your sponge afterwards and clean it off. All right.
So I think I'm gonna take the pores part of this, since they're all fairly circular anyways.
Yeah.
And then just kind of dip it on top of there, and then just apply it so it'll be more circular.
Yeah, that is cool. That's a neat looking sponge. It almost looks like a puffer fish.
Yeah.
That's neat. Yeah, so I just took mine and I'm just like slowly dabbing it. I'm gonna put my paper towel underneath of it just in case I go off the edges a little bit. And if you want to just wait in between for some of this paint to dry, you can probably get different effects as well. But I wanted to blend mine like kind of like an ombre, so I need to blend it while it's still kind of wet. Let's see, while this is still a little wet, if I can do, let's see, maybe some like seaweed shapes with the end of my paintbrush here. So almost as like I'm like sketching, like, here's if you can see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like while the paint is still wet, you can draw onto it. So I'm just going to do like little seaweed shapes. So mine has something going on just besides like a cool texture. But don't get me wrong, I like the cool texture as it is. I drew some pretty cool looking lines on this. I mean, I think it looks neat. It's kind of hard to tell it's seaweed, like, on the camera because I think it's just a little too wet to really see anything right now because it's so shiny. But it does look really sweet, like, up close. Right, Zane?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of almost looks like flames, but, I mean, you know, under the water.
Well, you can definitely make it out a lot better than with me trying to do seaweed, which is the sponge itself here.
But I think that looks really cool. Like, wait till you guys see Zane's here in a second. But I'm going to let this dry for a minute, and then I'm going to go back over and just put a little bit of the glitter stuff I have over here. And then I'll probably be done. And I'm just going to dab some of this glitter paint just at the top here. So maybe it'll look like some glitter shining down from above. So I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, and then when we come back we'll see what they look like. And I bet Zane will be done by then too. Alright everyone, so we have our little paintings dry now. I hope you guys can see this okay. It's really like metallic looking, so it might look a little wet, but it's not. Here Zane, go ahead and show you us.
It looks like we were both going for a seaweed aesthetic
Yeah,
here.
definitely. I like Zane's. He just did seaweed with just paint. I think he just used his paintbrush to do some of like the outside lines too.
I did some sponge stuff with this stuff right
Yeah.
here, and then I took a bit of a darker color and I used my paintbrush to just kind of go along the outside. To kind of like, just because it was a little too light when I originally painted it up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of went in not really knowing what to do with this craft, and this is my product.
Yep, and same here. I didn't know what to do either, but I kind of like how it turned out.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you liked it, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you guys.